Hey Chewie, look! This R2-D2 model, there's something stuck in here. It seems to be a tape.
Oh my goodness, Master Luke. Do you think you can get it to work?
I'm not sure. I can give it a try. Let me fiddle with it a little bit. Do this. A little bit of this. And turn this a little bit. Well, looks like it's working now. Let's see what it has to say. Liberty Horse, my favorite nephew. If you get this message in time, tell Rush Revere to associate the Columbus and the merchants coming over, the envoy that also had these so-called Christians that seen people who just got naked, and since they was naked, they was heathen, and the pilgrims coming over to find a new land, because they weren't going to live under kings and royalty over there. They had found God. And when you have God, it doesn't put you above the law. It puts you in alignment. Oh, and the 1619, Jamestown, all right, for my scholarly brothers, both the black and the white of the matter, and in line with the notorious gray lady, their mummy. This is to Cain and to Abel. We're going to sit a little and use a little bit of logic here. You have to understand the abolitionists. We could not have slaves over here. They had slaves over there. That was part of what royalty did. It put you into bondage. The worst thing for a communist and a socialist to suffer was to be a subject under their own rule. Did you know that? But I come across these people over here that are brag boys. They was on the 1619 project. And they came in and they were the abolitionists with them. By that time, Columbus had already come and gone. The Pilgrims had already survived and took hold. We went down towards Virginia, Chesapeake, out there in the water. Anyhow, they had the idea over there, we ain't going to have slaves here. We ain't going to have slaves. And they made a deal with Virginia and the Southerners and everything. Oh, they came up with an idea. They got an idea. They're just going to print money and give it to these people. No, that wouldn't work. So they told the Southerners down there who were already working, already had careers, already had jobs, already had their own currency. You just take them home and put them as boards with you, and you train them up in our culture over here. And you do it like that. And then when they get old enough, just the Christian way, they get released and freed of all debt. But then they get to step up as a neighbor, from a slave to a bound or bond servant. That's the way that it's a Christian shuffle. You know, I seen the Walmart one. I really like that one. But from here in the future, looking back in the past, you're kind of like going through that again now. And they're doing it with they got these opiate people. They drugged them up, they let them up that way. They grew them that way. They gave them no other choice but to be drug users and drug sellers. That's the only way they had to hope of getting that kind of money. Because they took over all the money and they decided, oh, that's a royal move. They took all the money and they decided what was right for you and then what was right for me. Oh, that's the royal way. That makes us that's a caste system. That ain't equal. Equal opportunity under the law. I don't give a crap. God ain't no respecter of man. But anyhow, I'm running out on this. Check the 1619 project in Jamestown, the brag boys. Knows how the abolitionists made a deal with the South to cover this expense of bringing in these people who were sitting on their ass. That's because they weren't trained to do anything. Look up Sudan refugee camps. They're putting one up right now on Clearfield over there, Roof and Clearfield. Roof, they're clearing the field. Roof, Clearfield, Roof, Clearfield. You're right on time. And the other just, don't worry. You will get back to work soon. Oh, they stopped your work already too. And tie in a socialistic term for elective surgery. You know you got to wait in line for heart surgery? That's elective surgery. You decide to take care of that now? You were a smoker all your life, you got lung problems, you're going to decide to take, that's elective. Oh, there are no such things as flying chicken? But if you stop all these elective surgery, and you put them in a line like a single pay. Oh my goodness, what have you stumbled onto? Liberty, make sure you alert Rush. 1 if by sea, 2 if by land, all 3 by air. P.S. And yes, I understand today's the anniversary of President Lincoln being shot for just sitting inside the box watching the show from the man behind the curtain. My goodness. With no doctors running the hospitals, and no hospitals being run by doctors, but only by students and university training centers and facilities like that, where billing and economic advancement and opportunity and study and science, I guess hospitals must be under Planned Parenthood too. I don't know. I never figured that kind of association. Washington Post reported that John shot was sitting in the box doing nothing, watching the show. He's just sitting there with his wife watching the show. That's all he's doing. Sitting there with the wife watching the theater. And old John just shot him in the back of the head. I guess that traditional skull and dagger. I had to ask Adolf. Hold on, I gotta call the hotline. doctors or clinicians only? Is it under the American Medical Association, or is it under the American Psychiatric Foundation, or the FDIC? I don't know. I didn't check on that yet either. Oh, just food for thought, that's all. Figure your kids want some stuff to play with, so I'll throw you some fish in a barrel.